Hi everyone, here I am again. It's Monday and it's 6 p.m. and we have a 1-hour class today. I know this week is Thanksgiving week for everyone and we're all very busy. I hope that everyone's safe this vacation and this Thanksgiving vacation. This is week 6. We have 2 more weeks of this class. I know there's a lot of content and it goes fast, but remember, this is a 16-week class typically. This is an online blended class, so we would normally be meeting Monday in class at Marble Falls, and then Wednesday you do work on your own. So let's review. Last week, week 5, you were supposed to do your second presentation. Again, by now everyone knows how to do PowerPoint presentations. You have certain pages. I think I only gave you 10 pages, I believe, to do your projects on. This time, please make sure that you try to ask a discussion question. You please try to offer a nice little art project that relates to your topic and theme, and post a little video that shows something intense, because this is a survey class and we go through a lot of content. So post that on Monday night. I like to make sure each one of you responds to each of your classmates, because if you were in class, they would be presenting the presentation to you and you'd be talking to them and doing answering the discussion that they post. You'd be doing the art project that they post, and they'd be teaching you the lesson, and there'd be a video that you could watch. So please make sure you respond to each person. You ask a question of importance, and you tell them something interesting, something that you learned, okay? So here I'm at the discussion page. So this week now we're entering into week 6, and this is where we're going to have 3 art projects. We're starting to get into, let me see if I can scroll down. Sorry guys, I gotta hold this one. Let's see if we're going to get into art history now. And we'll talk about ancient art, and we'll talk about Greek art and Egyptian art. So what I'd like you to do is these 3 art projects. Please read chapters 7, 8, and 9 in your book. And the 3 art projects relate to this in art history. So here is some 3 Greek classical columns. If you were having an exam, which you would have, they would test you on all the different parts of the classical columns, the Greek columns. So please either draw it in your sketchbook, copy this, or download this and then add the parts onto it. You can add color if you want, and write the parts, which is which. I'm not going to tell you. You need to read on your own to find out which is the Corinthian, which is the Doric, and which kind of column that these are, okay? So please follow the directions for the 3 columns so that you learn that. And look around you. If you live in Texas area and you're in Austin, you might see some of these columns still being used today's world. These classical Greek columns were one of the first architecture forms and still being used today. Let's scroll down now to Egyptian art. So the grid art is an art form that is used by many artists to draw realistic art. They take the grid, and if you've been in my drawing class, we've done portraits and things this way. So I'd like you to make a sphinx, great sphinx, and look up his meaning and see what he's about. It's interesting. And you can use a grid so that you can copy this and draw it exactly. And I think that would be a fun experiment for you to do. Draw it in your sketchbook, or you can copy this and use the workbook page. The last thing is going to be writing your name in one of the first art forms, hieroglyphics, okay? Now this is not the first written form. As we know, if you begin reading this chapter, you'll see that before the written word was cave art. And this was pictures that were drawn in the caves, and that's how we learn about history, about hunting and all kinds of things that happen, rituals and things that happen. I think it was Sumerian that developed the first kind of writing, and hieroglyphics was Egyptian writing. So here's the alphabet right here. If you could write your name and make it nice and colorful, and that's your 3rd art project. Now we're getting into finals because there's only 2 weeks left after this. There's a watercolor workshop that normally I would present to you if we were in a face-to-face class. It's a really fun workshop. It's experiment. I think there's 8 kind of experiments that you can do with watercolor. So I'd like you to I'm going to post that. You'll see it at lessons page. I'd like you to go over that, and then you're going to do this at finals. That's for your final day on week 8. Also, for your final project, there's no final exam, but you do need to go to an online art museum, and I need to approve the online art museum, and this is not going to be till finals. Okay, so have a good weekend. Hopefully everyone's cooking and getting ready for Thanksgiving. I will see you all at Monday at 6 p.m., and have a good Thanksgiving. Thank you.